So I decided, for the fun of it, I decided to do a video. This video is going to be me talking about some characters I would love to see in Legends of Tomorrow. Now, with Legends of Tomorrow, it's not like with the Flash and Arrow, where you really have to think about what characters you want to see and what would make sense being in there for both respective shows. But with Legends of Tomorrow, it's a time travel show, and you can literally go to the past, future, and maybe even alternate realities. You now have 52 universes to really play with, so literally you could do it. This is a show where Legends of Tomorrow, you could bring in so many characters that could fit in that type of science fiction type superhero show more than they probably could in either Flash or Arrow. So, with that being said, I decided to do these two different lists. The first one you see here is going to be about heroes and superhero teams I'd love to see for that show, for Legends to appear in Legends of Tomorrow. The other one's going to be about villains, and boy, do I have some ones for villains. But anyway, let's kick things off with, as you can see right here, Adam Strange. Now, Adam Strange is such a good pick. He would make so much damn sense for this show. He's this space-faring Buck Rogers-type character. You could have it that the team has crash-landed on Ron, and they are being invaded by another race like the Gordanians, or the Controllers, or the Dominators. One of those, not Lord Dominator, the Dominators. Something of that, or the Weaponers even. You could have some alien race invading Ron, and Adam Strange is already on the planet leading Ron's people and being the hero of Ron. And they team up with him, and you could have Adam Strange appear from time to time. I mean, the dude's a spacefaring scientist. Imagine Buck Rogers if he had Reed Richards' brain. That's kind of... Or, no, the better equivalent would be Flash Gordon if he had, Reed Richards had Flash Gordon's body. That would be probably the best way to describe Adam Strange. He just when I started this list, he was the first character in my mind of superheroes I wanted to see in Legends of Tomorrow, because he makes so much sense. Time travel, space stuff, going on intergalactic adventures. This is, that just screams Adam Strange. And I honestly think you could do a suit on the CW budget that would look very equivalent to the Adam Strange costume. So, yeah, Adam Strange for Legends of Tomorrow. It just makes so much sense. Next up, we have the Doom Patrol. Yes, the Doom Patrol. I did say there was going to be superhero teams on this list. Now, with the Doom Patrol, this team, obviously you couldn't be able to have Beast Boy on here because DC forbids it. Because, DC would forbid it because they're doing something with Teen Titans, so they would be kind of like, well, you can't use them because reasons. But you could use the rest of the Doom Patrol. Mento, the Professor, Robot Man, Negative Man, Elasti-Woman, even Harold and Bumblebee. You could use those two characters as well to make up for, the lack of no Beast Boy, which sucks. But yeah, that would be it. It was like you could have them as in the past, or you could have them in the future. You could have them that they were a team of misfits that hid in the shadows and did, did some undercover government work for, the U.S. during the Cold War, or have it in the future that they were united after the events of, some big cataclysmic event, and they were united, and they joined together, and they became, the outcast superheroes. So that would be it, that would be the Doom Patrol. That's how I would do the Doom Patrol, either put them in the past and the future, because it kind of makes sense. I just think it would be cool to have another superhero team on here, and I honestly think, is DC really going to use the Doom Patrol for anything? Come on. It would be cool to see, Robot Man and all these other characters in this show, because it would make sense, because you have a spacefaring team. How about you have them team up with another, with an actual team? The closest thing you have to the X-Men, DC, come on. So yes, the Doom Patrol. Next up is the Challengers of the Unknown, quintessentially DC's equivalent to the Fantastic Four, without the superpowers. It's a team of these spacefaring characters who go into the far reaches of space. Does that not sound like the perfect setup for a meeting of these characters with, the team from Legends of Tomorrow? It makes perfect sense, and they're such low-budget characters, you don't even need to do a big costume, you just need to... It's kind of like Fantastic Four in the cosmic area, but if anything, Challengers of the Unknown is really, more than I think about it, Lost in Space. And I would actually, if I could write an episode with these characters in here, I would, write a Lost in Space joke for either Ray or someone else to say on the team. So that would be it. Is that have the Challengers of the Unknown, have them battling some cosmic entity, I don't know, like Starro or something, and the rest of the team encounters the Challengers of the Unknown and they join forces. I think, yeah, it could honestly work. I really do think it could work. Last team on the list is the Metal Men. Yeah, the Metal Men. I think this, again, is another cool idea that could work out. And I actually have a pretty good idea of how you could set this story up. Vandal, you have it somewhere in time, either like the 80s or 90s or somewhere. The team is looking for Dr. Magnus, who Vandal Savage has captured and forced into labor to create a group, to create, powerful soldiers to help him take on the team throughout time. And Magnus is being forced to build the Metal Men. And I would have it, that the Metal Men would be at first villains, but they're, they don't know any better. They're trying to protect they're more or less not so much working for Savage that they are Dr. Magnus, and they're more or less doing this to protect Magnus. So I would have it like that the team is, the Metal Men. Now the big question is, how would you make the Metal Men? How would you make them, design-wise? Would they be like the Bionic Man and have all the metal parts inside? Or would they be wearing would they be wearing costumes that look metallic but really aren't? Something like the Blue Beetle costume in Smallville, or something equivalent to that. So that would be the big case right there, is that how are you going to do that, create the Metal Men on a CW budget? That's the big question, but I think it would be fun. I think you may be able to pull something off like that and make it kind of fun. So, yeah. So following that is Swamp Thing. Now again, it kind of runs into the big problem of how can you make Swamp Thing look good on a CW budget? I don't know how to answer that right away, but I actually have a pretty cool idea of how to bring in Swamp Thing. I would have it that, again, Vandal Savage is working on a way to, he's discovered, Alec Holland's work, and the team rushes to protect Alec Holland, but in doing so, they inadvertently cause an accident that leads him to become Swamp Thing. I don't think he would be a character constantly on the team, because if you know CW budget, then they wouldn't exactly allow, the suit would be so expensive that they wouldn't use it in many scenes, and obviously the actor inside would have to, be in that suit constantly. But maybe as like a guest star character, like he would show up not just in Legends of Tomorrow, but I'd even have it that he would show up in The Flash in a few occasions. Would I bring in, Animal Man and the Rot? Probably, yeah, the red and the Rot and the green? Probably, yeah. He is a, mythical, he is a mystic character, so I would like to bring in that mystic element. So, yeah, I think it would be a cool idea to bring in Alec Holland, and, but the thing is, like, they'd probably use Swamp Thing sparingly. Where would I put him exactly? Probably, I'd say the 60s? Yeah, maybe the 60s, somewhere in that line. But anyway, moving right along. So, next up is the question, yeah. Now, Vic Sage, oh boy, Vic Sage. He would be an awesome character to play with. I even said, like, he would be cool in Arrow or The Flash, but I think it would be cool to introduce him here as well. We did get a mention of Hub City, his hometown in, I think Arrow or Flash, somewhere, but, I think he would be a cool character to bring in, like, have it that he's a he's been working the Vandal Savage conspiracy longer than, as long as the other guy did. Carter and Kendra's son they had in one of their past lives. But have it that he picked, he's been following the Vandal Savage conspiracy along with a lot of other different conspiracies. And even have it like some of the characters, some of the other teammates think, good lord, this guy is a nut. Very much play it up like how they did in the Justice League cartoon. Now, I don't know who you could get to play him, but I honestly think the question could work as, I don't know if I'd make him part of the team, or have him be, actually I'd love to make a Rorschach joke, like like Ray is talking to the Question, and he's like, whoa, slow down, Rorschach, and Question just gives him this look of, really? a Watchmen joke. Fucking moron. Yeah, so I don't know who could play him, but I think you could, unlike the Metal Men and Swamp Thing, I feel like you may be able to pull, you could definitely pull off the Question in a CW budget, and maybe even have him, if he doesn't be part of the Legends of Tomorrow show, have him show up in Arrow or Flash. Yeah. But anyway, so there you go. So finally is Zatanna. Yeah, bringing back Zatanna in DCCW universe. Now for Zatanna, I would have it that Rip is looking for a new magical aid to fight Vandal Savage, and what's he do? He goes out and looks for Zatanna. Now Zatanna I think it would be cool to bring her in, since obviously Arrow's playing with the whole magical element. So I think it would be cool to bring her in and make her a part of the team. Just have her that she starts out as a show, what's the word I'm looking for? Just looks like a street magician, and even have it that Ray and some of the other characters are like, yeah, she's not magic, and then slowly discover, oh shit, she is magic. Yeah. So that's what I would do with her. Just that's really all I can think of right off the bat. Now you may be wondering, well, what about characters like Legion of Superheroes? They're actually, I believe they've been announced that they will be in Legends of Tomorrow. So yeah, I didn't feel like talking about them because they were going to be in the show apparently. I would have also made this list bigger, but I decided to make this list smaller because I didn't want to run too long. I didn't want to make this too long a video. So you guys tell me if you can. I don't know if YouTube has fixed the comment glitch in my comments section below. So again, I do apologize, but yeah, YouTube. I hope YouTube's fixed that by now. But you guys tell me what character, if you can, keep in mind I don't know if you will be able to or not, but you guys tell me what heroes would you like to see in Legends of Tomorrow? And yeah, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.